listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Well, hello, all you beautiful horror lovers out there. Welcome to episode 59 of Fun with Horror, your weekly movie review podcast in which my best buddy Andrew and I take turns picking movies for us both to watch, and then we discuss them the following week. We have only two rules. Number one, whoever picks the movie has to pick a movie they've never seen. And number two, we both have to watch the movie before we discuss it. Last week was my pick, and I picked the brand new prequel to Orphan, Orphan First Kill. This movie is directed by William Brent Bell and stars Isabelle Fuhrman reprising her role as Esther, and Julia Stiles, as well as many others. Of course, stay tuned to the end of the episode when we're going to hear the lovely Andrew tell us what he's picking for next week. And of course, if you enjoy the podcast, if you do us a big favor, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, and rate and review us. Leave us something nice. We'll really appreciate it. We'll love you for it. We'll love you even if you don't, but we'll love you for it if you do. That said, Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Scotty.
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, how are you?
Lots of news lately, buddy.
Lay it on me, man.
Just things that are coming out in October.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good month.
Number one on my list is Hellraiser on Hulu.
Yeah. Oh, my
So
gosh.
that's going to be fun.
She looks fantastic, too.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, my gosh.
What else? What else?
Halloween Ends,
Halloween Ends, yes.
which will,
Of
of course, be on Peacock as well as theaters, which is fantastic news.
Same day as release date.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Love it. I feel like there's one more.
Yeah, probably, but those
Oh,
were
yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Terrifier 2.
I've
Terrifier 2 is also being released. You've never seen it? I
I've
know.
never seen it.
But Terrifier 2, a lot of horror fans are excited to see that sequel.
Right on. All right.
You should, check out the trailer.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you'll want to see it and see the first one. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows?
I'm all about it.
But yeah, that's October, buddy.
Dude.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I love October. I love Halloween time. And I love horror movies, so you put them all together. Perfect. It's a perfect month.
Do you also love babies?
I do love babies.
Because you're going to have one.
I'm going to have a baby soon.
He's going to be born right in time for Halloween.
Dude, it's going to be awesome. I know we've...
If I don't...
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, we're still not 100% sure on Halloween outfits because we're like... There's a lot that have come to our minds. But also, like, there's other things I want to. Like, obviously, we need a Halloween outfit for him, something fun. But also, I'm like, I just want him to walk around. I've told you this before, but I just want him to walk around in Chucky's attire when he can start walking. The good guy, overalls. I just want that to be a daily thing. I don't want that to be like a Halloween time thing. I just want that, like, to go to whatever store holding his hand as he walks around in those. I think would be awesome.
That will be awesome.
Right?
But this Halloween, if I don't see him dressed up as a little fuzzy pumpkin, I'm going to get mad.
Fair. We did find Demogorgon baby outfits, which we were like, that's pretty awesome. So
wouldn't it be awesome if every time he cried, the teeth, lips things would like fly back?
Dude, that'd be so awesome.
They were like cry activated. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Oh my gosh.
I want one of those.
Yeah, me too.
But then I would have to like cry some, like you'd have to make me cry.
Well, we could find a few movies that would, break your heart a little bit.
No, you have to make me cry.
I have to make you cry. Oh, I don't like making people cry. I don't want to do that.
So I got an interesting question for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. No, it's about horror movies. Come
Okay.
on, man.
All right.
So this is a question that's been on Twitter. I've seen it going around.
Mm-mm.
You and I have talked about how we got into horror,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
but the more interesting question that I've been hearing is, what is the first horror movie you remember watching?
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh.
Can I have do you have yours? Do you know yours? Well, I think we know yours, right?
Well,
Or
no,
I know.
not
I
necessarily.
might. Okay, maybe not. Would you have it ready? Because I need to think for a second.
No, go ahead. Think about it.
Oh, man.
Because it's hard for me to remember, too. I mean,
Right.
there's the horror movies that were just playing in the background, like Halloween, Salem's Lot.
Right.
And then there's the midnight movies that my dad would tape on Saturday nights when I was pretty young, like Blackula,
Oh, yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Trilogy of Terror.
Nice.
And then, of course, we get into Poltergeist.
Yep.
And I don't even know if Poltergeist is the first horror movie I ever saw. That's
Fair.
the one that changed my life.
Right. That's such a good one. I love that.
It is such a good one.
I think you know what comes to mind. Yeah, this is it was funny because I was so scared, and I feel like I was like 9, but
Yeah.
my mom and dad and uncle and sister maybe, my nephew or not nephew, my cousin had just been born. He was premature, and his dad was kind of freaking out a bit, and so my parents said, let's take him out and do something kind of distract him and stuff. And so
Let's take him out and kill him behind the shed.
Yeah, typical family stuff. We ate good that night. No, but sorry, that get dark. No, but we went to Sixth Sense.
Okay.
The Sixth Sense, which I guess
Oh, the movie.
the movie,
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense. But I was so scared. I mean, I was horrified at this movie because I wasn't, as we've talked about before, I couldn't do horror movies when I was younger. They just were too scary. But I sat there and I just kind of looked away for a lot of it. But at the end, it was almost like you had just gone on like a
journey.
Yeah, a journey or like a ride or something, and you feel
Yeah.
accomplished. So it was fun. There's a major, I won't say, a lot of people already know this, but there's a big reveal in the movie.
Yes. Which we won't reveal.
We won't reveal.
Just in case somebody out there hasn't seen it.
Correct. But at that moment, like right at the beginning, my mom was always good at knowing twists and turns and things like that.
Yeah.
And right at the beginning, she turned to my sister and said, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." I mean, 5 minutes in. And so that was ruined for me. But my dad and my uncle were sitting just ahead of us, and they both yelled in the theater. Why, I don't know, but they said what the twist was as it happened. Like they couldn't believe it, and it's still one of the funniest moments. Just because it was so simultaneous, and they went, "Oh, blah blah blah," and it was so awesome. So
I don't know, but your mom
Yeah.
sounds like a Galaxy Quest fan. That's all I know.
she was.
I could be wrong.
She
but
was. Oh my god.
sounds like the kind of person that just wants to show Galaxy Quest to all your friends that come over.
That's weird because I could have sworn, did that happen when you visited?
Like you have somebody come over to be your best man in your wedding, and your mom's like, "Hey, let's watch Galaxy Quest," and
Yep.
Andrew's like, "Oh God, again."
Yep, that sounds about right.
Okay, so similarly,
Yeah.
that's your first movie. Do you remember your first kill?
Yeah, my uncle, it was that night. Yeah, I said we ate good. That was my first, that was kind of initiation night. So, no, just disclaimer to everyone listening. I've not killed anyone. Please don't call anyone on us. Oh, God, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought you got it.
Oh, my God.
you still didn't get it.
I still didn't get it. That took me a
Oh
sec.
my God, I'm so good.
Oh, my gosh.
What is he doing here?
We found your daughter. She's alive.
Be prepared for changes. We have a child therapist that she'll be working with. 4 years is a long time. What she needs right now is our family. Esther? Sweetheart, it's Mommy.
Well done again, friend. But
Yeah.
wow. I love you.
I love you.
So I've been pretty excited about this movie, not knowing a month ago or so that that there was even a sequel coming out. But once I heard, I was pumped.
Yeah.
So, but of course, before we jump into this, here's everyone's spoiler warning. We are going to talk about the new, brand spanking new Orphan First Kill movie. We're going to discuss it, talk plot points, everything and anything. And so if you don't like spoilers, now is the time to pause it, go watch the movie, come right back to this spot. Or if you're all right with spoilers, stick around. We'd love to have you here.
Actually, even if if you are all right with spoilers, don't. Yeah, watch this movie first.
Yeah,
It's the
you're
same
right.
thing as Orphan. Like, in fact, if you haven't seen either, go watch Orphan
Yes.
because we're going to spoil that too, for sure.
Yes, that's true. And then go listen to our podcast of Orphan as well.
Of Orphan, yes.
Yes. Like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Watch Orphan, then go listen to our podcast for Psycho Gorman, and then listen to our podcast on Orphan.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And then watch Orphan First Kill, and then listen to this like you're doing now.
Or you know what? What they could also do, just download each episode. Do that too.
There you go.
There you go. Then we cover all bases. But
Yeah.
oh my gosh. But are you ready, man? I think this one's gonna be an interesting one, but are you ready to give a 3-minute recap of this
Dude,
movie?
I was born ready to give a 3-minute recap of Orphan First Kill.
Well then, my friend, let's hear this 3-minute recap. We all want it. We all want it.
All right. Well, as we all know, Orphan First Kill is the prequel to Orphan. And the movie starts out at the Sarn Institute, where in the first movie, we learned that Lena, otherwise known as Esther, was being kept. It's a mental health asylum. So she's there at the beginning of the movie. We meet her, and through her own nefarious little manipulative plans, she escapes. She makes her way to America, where she disguises herself as a little girl who has gone missing from her family for 4 years, named Esther. So the family, actually, she doesn't make her way to America. She's still in Russia, right? And the family, the mom, played by Julia Stiles, her name is Trisha, she goes to pick up Esther in Russia, brings her back home. Immediately, once again, just like in the first movie, the brother is the one who seems the most suspicious. But also, as we move on, Trisha also starts to seem a little bit suspicious of what is going on, because Esther is just a little bit different. She's their girl that's been missing for 4 years, but she has an accent and everything. The dad, however, is accepting her with open arms. So things happen. Esther lives with the family for a bit. She thinks about taking all their valuables and running, but then she looks at the dad painting and is like, ooh, hubba hubba, and she decides to stay. And remember, spoiler for the first movie, Esther is really 31 years old, but she looks like a little girl. So mom and dad, they go to a gala, and while they're there, brother's having a party. This detective that's been keeping an eye on things, he comes over. He takes a record out of Esther's bedroom to go to fingerprints. Well, he goes back home to take the fingerprints, and as he's realizing that she's not the same girl, Esther's there behind him, and she stabs him a bunch of times, and he's on the floor, and she says, "Not even my mother knows," and he says, "Yes, she does," and all of a sudden, bam, 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 there's Trisha behind Esther. Turns out there's something else going on. Trisha sits Esther down. It turns out that the real Esther was killed by the brother early, 4 years ago, and the mom has been covering it up. And the dad doesn't know, and he's really happy that Esther's back, so the mom is blackmailing Esther to stay and keep the charade going. Well, so begins this cat and mouse game between Esther and the mom, which eventually it ends up where you think it's going to end up if you've seen the first Orphan movie. Things get out of hand. The dad goes on a little business trip. Mom and son have had enough of Esther. They're going to kill her, and there's fights ensue. Esther kills the son. Then the mom and Esther are fighting in the kitchen. A fire breaks out. They end up on the roof. And then the dad comes home because he knew something was wrong. So Esther and the mom are hanging off the roof. The dad comes up, and he's about to, take one of their hands. He can only save one, and Esther moves her hand, and mom falls, dies. And then the dad is holding Esther's face. Her fake teeth come out. Dad knows what's going on. She says, "I love you," and he's like, "You're a monster." She pushes him off. And then Esther walks out. And the movie ends with the orphanage saying, "Who wouldn't want to adopt this little girl?" The end.
Beautiful, man.
Nah, I went over.
Who cares?
I thought I'd be able to do it in 3.
You know what? It's our podcast. We do what we want.
You say that.
No, I thought it was perfect, though. You got everything in there. The big
I
beats,
did.
which is what we wanted. So that was great.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Dude, okay. So, after that beautiful spiel, what did you think of Orphan First Kill?
Let me tell you, my friend. Thought this movie was pretty great.
Nice.
I was watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, it's a good movie. It's fine. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Was not expecting the damn twist in this movie.
Mm.
And when it happened, I was just like, what?
Nice.
And I was so surprised, and I was so happy. And the rest of the movie was just, it was just so different. I have a couple little things
Sure.
to talk about, but otherwise, I thought the movie was pretty great. How about you, Andrew?
I thought the movie was pretty darn great as well. I did get the twist pretty much right away.
Did
But
you know there was a twist in the movie?
I didn't, but I thought with the first one, I just kind of assumed there's got to be something with this one.
What the hell, buddy?
So I'm going to read you my note just because I think you'll laugh. It went, oh, son of a gun. Where did it go?
Son of a garbage disposal.
Oh, jeez. I can't even freaking find it. But basically, all I did was put Esther. Oh, yeah, there it is. So I put, because, I'll put kind of what the beats in the movie, and I put, she looks up the
Yes.
missing girl so she can pretend to be Esther. Right after that, I go, thought, I bet the family killed Esther.
Whoa, dude. What?
Here's the reason, though. There is a fantastic documentary, and it's hard to say it without kind of spoiling it, but it's very similar.
Okay, so you saw a documentary
Yeah,
that was similar.
right. And so,
Okay.
yeah.
That's all you
Maybe I
gotta
won't
say.
say the name, yeah. But basically,
you don't have to say the name.
that's what happened in the documentary, and it was heavily implied that the family did it, I'll just say that. But it was a very similar story, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if that's going to be what happened. And then,
Son of a grab bag.
I know.
Man,
I know. I am my mother's son, so.
how did you feel about it then? Did you
Oh, I
were
loved
you
it.
happy? Were
Oh,
you
I loved
happy
it.
that you had guessed it?
I was glad that I had guessed it, but I was happy that it was a good.
Did you
I mean,
throw
it's
your underwear in the air and be like, "Woo, I got it."
I did. It was a weird night for everyone, but yeah, I did.
Or morning.
Or morning, yeah, I did watch this at I don't know, 2:30 in the morning. But yeah,
Are you kidding?
no, I
Oh,
woke
okay.
up. No, I'm not kidding. I woke up super early, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go watch.
2:30?
Yeah, 2:30.
Wow, you're getting used to it. You're
Yeah.
getting used to the baby.
I think my body's just like, heads up, bud. I'm gonna help you out.
Okay.
So
Wow. Did you take a nap today?
no, it's too busy.
Oh man.
That's
Okay,
all right.
well, you're running on adrenaline.
I know. But no, so we'll jump back in. I'm
Yeah.
curious your thoughts or the things that you maybe didn't quite like. What
All right.
were
Well,
those?
they kind of go hand in hand with things I did like, though.
Ah, okay.
So I voiced this to you
Mm-hmm.
earlier. First of all, let me just clarify and say that Isabelle Fuhrman
Yes.
is incredible.
Absolutely.
She deserves every starring role in every movie. She is just so good.
Yeah, agreed.
So none of this is a reflection on her, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, and also by itself, this movie is really incredible. The way that they make her look super young.
Right.
There's a lot of like camera tricks with a little girl body double and stuff that
Yep.
they use. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if this movie comes before Orphan,
Mm-hmm.
it's just that she does look older.
Yeah.
Orphan was beautiful because, in a different way, because she was actually, the actress was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, unless you know there's a twist, like I did,
Right.
you have no idea it's coming.
Right.
You know, you have no idea, oh, she's actually 30. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Owen Wilson, wow.
Wow.
But in this movie, yeah, she definitely, again, they did a great job. And by itself, it's technically beautiful.
Right.
But as a prequel to Orphan, she does look older than she looks in Orphan.
I have that same note, man. Yep.
So it's not a huge... Yeah, it's not a huge criticism because when I watch this movie, I can easily just forget about Orphan
Yeah.
and think of this movie by itself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And yeah, that's it. That's my main thing. I
Yeah.
might have a note here and there. You know, at the very end when the orphanage is talking about her and
Mm-hmm.
saying that it's really sad what happened to her and her whole family died
Right.
but who wouldn't want to adopt her? I was like just sitting there going, would have been really nice if that was CCH Pounder talking about her.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
Like how cool. Just what a nice little connection that would have been.
Right. Yep.
But I'm sure there's reasons,
Right.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Nope. I thought I had that same thought, man. Amazing.
Did you have any criticisms, my friend?
I had a few.
Criticisms?
I had a few.
Yeah. Oh, go for it.
So some of them aren't even criticisms, they're more questions like, does that really happen? So my first one I have, do therapists have speakers that connect to other rooms? Is that a thing?
I didn't really question it.
Okay, I did. I was like, is that, because it's supposed to be, patient confidentiality, and I was like, is that a thing where it can go to like a assistant room? I don't know. And like I
don't
said,
know.
it's more a question. I just didn't know.
That didn't really bother me. I mean, it's an intercom as well where she can go, Cynthia, can you send in the next patient?
Right.
Although I think there's a door that she just comes out and she's like, okay, we're ready for you.
Right. So it's like I said, it's not a big thing. I just was more curious.
It might be a security thing. Who knows? I
Maybe.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. My other thing is I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like this movie, let's compare Orphan and this one.
Mm-hmm.
The way it was filmed, again, it's hard to explain. Almost looked like grainy, like
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know. It just, to me, it made it, personally, it just made it, I thought it looked cheaper. Not that it was a cheap movie made, but it gave me that feel of like a budget cut or something. I don't know why, but it's not a huge deal, but it just was something where I went, that's odd, I guess. I don't know.
That's funny because I didn't write it down, but today when I was watching it, I was thinking that I really liked the way they softened the image and, made the movie look a little bit older than Orphan, but at the same time also made it kind of look like it was filmed before Orphan was filmed.
Fair. That's fair.
I actually, yeah, we're gonna have to disagree on that one.
Hey, that's all right.
That
And then
is all right.
my last one that I'll bring up, because we'll talk through, and there's a couple other little nitpicky things, but the one that I'll bring up is one of my biggest pet peeves in movies. Ziggy, stop it.
It was Bowie.
Oh,
but keep going.
Bowie. No, one of my biggest pet peeves in movies is when someone's on a phone call and their responses are so quick that would never be a real phone call. Like, it'd be like if I was like, hey, Scotty, how are you? Oh, that's great. That's so good to hear. What do you want to do later?
Wow.
Awesome idea. You know what I mean? And there's
That goes hand in hand with my pet peeve of people hanging up without saying goodbye in movies.
Yes, totally. Oh,
But I didn't notice that in this movie, what
I
you're
did.
talking about.
It was with Trisha, who Julia Stiles I love dearly, but she does a scene where she's talking to her friend, and there is 0 time for someone to answer. And I was like, oh, it's one of my big pet peeves.
There it is.
There it is. I went, oh, give someone time to answer.
That's
But,
very valid.
Yeah, that's my. There you go. That's me being a big old grump. But those are
No,
my.
it's okay.
those are
I
my
think that's the
things.
most valid thing you've said today. Just
You're
kidding,
such
buddy.
a
Just
stinker.
kidding.
God, if you weren't so adorable,
If you weren't,
stop it.
I would hug you until the ends of the earth,
I wish.
but I wouldn't be able to handle all the adorableness.
Oh my gosh, I love you. All right, so do you have anything else, or should we talk?
No, let's go
good?
through the movie a little
All right,
bit.
yeah, let's do it.
Like, everything's good.
Yeah.
Another major thing that goes kind of with what I was saying that I did like
Mm-hmm.
is something they couldn't do as well in the original movie because she was only 10 or so in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, since she is a 25-year-old,
I know
What?
what you're talking about. No, I think.
no, so what you're going to have to guess then.
Oh shoot, are you gonna say when she's rapping?
No.
Oh, I
What do you
thought that's
mean
what I.
rapping.
When she's rapping her chest.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, that's what I
No,
thought.
no.
Because I was like, yeah, like.
Because she
never-
wrapped her chest in the other one too, and it was like I was like, oh, that's a nice little touch.
Oh, I do not
in the
remember
original.
that.
There's like a point where you see that she's got her chest wrapped, and I was
Oh.
like, that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, never
You
mind.
know, they're making it seem like she's got boobies
Right. Yeah. Right.
and she's got to hide them. No, she's able to have 2 different voices in this one
Ah, right. Okay.
because the actress is now an adult. She
Mhm.
can actually talk with a somewhat adult voice, but then she can go into the Esther voice.
Right.
And it feels like 2 different personalities more than it did in the first movie.
Oh yeah, I get that. Absolutely.
Plus, since you know the idea that she is 30, they're not trying to hide that this time.
Right. Right.
But as far as good things, like, yeah, the whole movie, I love the intro to the movie, the whole section.
Yeah, I did too.
Man, dude. See, that's the thing. Isabelle Fuhrman,
Mm-hmm.
and she did it in the first movie too.
Mhm.
She's got this look that she gives as Esther or Lena, whatever you want to say. And at the very beginning, when the alarms go off and the new psychologist or
Anna.
whoever the lady, Anna, yeah, but
Mhm.
whatever she is. I
Right.
forget
Oh yeah.
exactly what
Art
she is.
therapy or something.
Yeah. When she's in the room and the red lights are flashing on Esther and Esther looks up at her
Mm-hmm.
and you just see her look up in the quick flash of the red light,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, man, that is the coolest shot.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of how much I love the shot of her looking up at the tree in the
Mhm.
first movie, you know?
Yep. Totally.
So I love that. And like the entire movie is just filled with Isabelle Fuhrman being freaking awesome as Esther.
It's true, man. I'm with you 100% there.
Man. Oh, here's a little quibble.
Oh, okay.
Why the heck is the movie called Orphan First Kill?
Right? Yeah. I thought
me that.
too. Yeah, it doesn't
She
seem
has
like
killed before.
Yes, exactly.
They even talk about who she has killed before.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't
This movie is not her first kill.
I don't know why they said that.
I don't know.
Paramount Plus, come on.
The next movie is going to be called Orphan Kill Before the First.
Right.
And the twist it'll be that she's killing people before the first of each month. Sorry, that was dumb.
I liked it, man.
Okay, something else I like. I like that when you're dealing with the subject matter of a 31-year-old who looks like a 9-year-old girl,
Right.
you could go to some pretty dark places.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
And they don't. The darkest they go, because I have it written down, is the creepy-ass security guard.
Yep, I have that too.
And, it's the fact that she is 30 makes it less creepy on her side, but way more creepy on his because you can tell he's just a perv.
Yeah, exactly.
That's into little kids.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I thought the same thing. I was like, ooh, this guy. Yikes.
I love that she's watching Shirley Temple
Yeah.
in her room when he shows up.
Mm.
I thought that was just
Yeah.
brilliant because of how adult Shirley Temple was when she was a kid. And
Yep.
anyway, and then when she's escaping, one of the best shots in the entire movie is the single shot of her going down the hallway, and the camera will go past. Like, you'll see her from behind, which is not obviously, but we know it's actually a little girl body double.
Right.
So we see her behind. She'll go and hide behind this locker. The camera will go past her, but then it'll turn towards her, and it's Isabelle Fuhrman.
Right. Yep. Brilliant.
Then the camera will face forward again, and we'll see her walk into view, but it's the little girl body double again.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome, dude. That shot was perfect.
Yeah, they keep doing that. The only part that felt a little awkward was when she's in the elevator, and the pan up to the lights was a little bit off.
Yeah.
Like off speed. That was kind of weird. But otherwise, I love that entire shot.
Yeah. That was cool.
And, yeah, her yelling out, E.T. to the girl.
That was
Frederica,
awesome.
I think, is the other inmate's name.
Yep. Giving her candy.
I just I'm so enamored with Isabelle Fuhrman and her acting. Like, even her voice when she says "E.T." is just like, I'm like, dude, you're playing this part perfectly. Nobody else could play this part
Right.
the way she's doing it.
No.
It's just so good.
I'm with you, dude.
So good.
Mm-hmm. I felt bad, though. I will say this. When she does escape, and then, which I loved how she, gets out, and then Anna goes home, the therapist, and her trunk is just open.
She does a little shushing.
Oh, you're right. Yes, in the
from
snow.
the first movie.
Yes, that's true. Gave her the
But
shush
yeah.
motion. But I liked that. I liked that we never see her get out of the trunk, but it's, obviously it's implied. And I was like, ooh, that's creepy. She was in the car the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that freaked me out. But I felt bad for Anna. Just seemed like a really nice character. And when she hits her over the head, I was like, oh.
That was definitely, I think, maybe the most brutal death.
Yeah.
Not because of how she's killed, but also because of how she's killed. But
Right,
also, yeah, she's just an innocent woman, and she just was in Esther's way.
Right. Then when she's, still kind of awake, and Esther's just like, oh, Anna, it usually only just takes one. And then goes down to, beat her to death. You're like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
Very messed up.
Oh, but it was a good, it was a well-done scene. Oh,
Do you hear that?
I did
Yeah.
hear Katie.
So, by the way, everybody, Ziggy the horror cat is chasing a fly.
Oh.
So he's meowing his little head off at the fly. So you might hear, if you have headphones on, you might hear Ziggy in the background.
Beautiful.
So Esther makes her way. We don't have to go into everything.
Right.
But here's the cool thing. So you, having figured out the twist, were you then watching for all the signs of that twist?
I wasn't, really.
Like how Trisha, Julia Stiles as Trisha, how she acts towards Esther, or how the brother was acting towards Esther?
I wasn't, and I should have been. But I was more just I was just watching it, I guess. I wasn't really thinking about it. I can kind of do that at times, where if I have a twist, I'll put it aside and just enjoy the movie and not think about it. Sometimes I can't, but this one I was able to.
Okay.
Which was nice.
Yeah, because I obviously was watching that my second viewing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of fun because they both are perfect. And it's great because Trisha hides it
Mm-hmm.
better than Gunnar.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's to be expected because she's protecting the family. Gunnar is kind of the dumb kid that went too far and is being protected by his mom, you know?
Yep. Yep.
But also the stuck-up kid that lives in a huge freaking house.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like she just goes to houses that are gigantic. That's all she does.
Yeah, the other house was smaller. This one was huge,
Yeah.
though.
This was a mansion.
And I don't know if we ever really find out what Trisha does,
Mhm.
but evidently Alan, the dad, has become a famous painter,
Right. Yeah.
which is beautiful because
Yep.
why did he become famous, Andrew?
Well, he uses blacklight paints,
Oh.
which was so perfect. I
and
love
he
that.
taught her how to do it.
Yep. Oh, that was awesome. I know. I didn't. Right when the light turned off, I was like, "Oh yes, like this is perfect." I love that.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. They were really cool
yeah.
paintings too. Like that was really a neat idea.
But were they as cool as Esther's paintings in the first movie?
No, but
No, those were amazing.
oh, boy.
Now, yeah, so going back, there's a plane ride where Esther goes into the bathroom to take a shot, to do a shot of vodka or whatever she grabbed,
Mhm.
and has a little freak out in the bathroom,
Yes.
which I loved because they didn't try and fully redo her freakouts from the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt like this was a nice nod to those freakouts.
Agreed. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
I really like that. One thing, the first time I watched the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and this is going back to the whole idea that the second time I knew that they knew, I knew the twist, so I was watching for things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time when Trisha and Alan are getting ready for the gala,
Yeah.
and Esther rips her dress,
Yeah.
and Trisha goes, "Oh no," you know,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like sad about the dress, and I'm like, why aren't you sitting there wondering why your dress is suddenly torn?
Right.
But
Makes
then
sense.
I know. The second time watching, I was like, oh, I understand.
Yep. That does make sense. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Because she knows.
Yeah.
And she's hiding it from Alan.
Mm-hmm.
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 She can't make a big deal about it.
Right. Oh, that's good.
That was good. This is the other interesting thing about this movie. And I'm going to go back. I don't know which episode it was.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to take you all the way back to the beginning of this year, Andrew,
Oh, okay.
when we reviewed a movie called Don't Breathe 2.
Yes.
Now, what did they do in that movie that we criticized? They made a very bad man
Oh, right.
the hero of the movie.
Yep. Yep.
Without spoiling the movie, they treated him like he was the good guy suddenly,
Right.
after he had done horrible, horrible things in the
Ugh.
first movie.
Yes.
Well, in a different way, they did the same thing to Esther in this movie.
I thought that too.
But it wasn't as bad. Like, it was more fun.
Well, and I think part of that too is because she's bad, but they're bad too. Like it was kind of like a, oh, okay, everyone's bad.
Yeah.
So it's
No, they were
all right.
almost worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And yeah, and they also do things that are just like the way Gunnar, the brother, treats her. You know, calling her a freak and just kind of antagonizing her like crazy.
Right.
And Trisha trying to put her to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
which led to one of my favorite parts in the movie.
Oh, so gross.
Mouse in the smoothie.
Yeah. Oh my.
So yeah, so
gosh.
Esther has a little pet mouse. Well, it's a mouse that comes into her bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was interesting, but there it is.
Right.
Esther befriended it, and then so Mom gives her mac and cheese with hot dogs,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of an insult. Gives her little kid food,
Right.
which I thought was a little brilliant. But she had also laced it with a sleeping pill, saying, "You're going to sleep good tonight, Esther." But Esther takes it to her room and puts it down and feeds it to the mouse, who dies.
Right.
So here's the interesting thing. Lena. Let's talk about Lena. So Lena is absolutely crazy.
Right.
But I also feel for her in this movie more like I didn't feel for her at all in the first movie.
Right.
Hated her.
Right.
Hated her character.
Absolutely.
But in this movie, man, yeah, I was feeling for her because I started to think of her as the 31-year-old.
Right.
Or I keep saying 31. I think they said 31. But everybody kind of says 30 in the movie. Whatever. The 30-year-old woman trapped in
Whatever
this
it
little
is.
body. And what she has to go through. The life that the normal life that she's not allowed to have.
Right. Right.
And I think since this is the first family that she tried to actually infiltrate and manipulate, you could see there's a part, she at first she's thinking, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to steal all their stuff
Right.
and then run off with it. But then she sees the dad painting in the blacklight room and she falls in love a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, this time I thought of it from her point of view, like, man, what kind of chance does somebody like that have with true love?
Right.
And that's all she wants. She just wants to be accepted.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the kind of person she is, if somebody gets in her way, she kills them instead of just getting upset. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't handle things well. But yeah, like, I also realized that when the parents were at the gala and Gunnar is having the party in the backyard,
Right.
the way Esther, she's just looking down there. She wants to be a part of it.
Right. Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
she's old enough to drink. She's old enough to smoke. She just wants to be a part of this party. But her brother, the Gunnar's not going to let her be.
Right.
She falls in love with Alan, and yeah, even in the original, I thought back to the original, all she wanted was a normal life with the husband.
Right.
In the original, and she was going to do whatever she could do to eventually be alone with him.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, that's the wrong thing, but
Right.
yeah, I felt for her. And
get
here's
that.
the other thing. I wondered, this is all full circle, coming back to the mouse.
Right.
Here's what I wondered. Did she know that that Trisha was just trying to put her to sleep? Or did she think that Trisha was maybe trying to kill her?
Oh, that's a good question. I would have thought that she would have probably thought she was trying to kill her since it killed the mouse, which we know, obviously, I mean, like, that was human portion, so yeah, that'll kill a mouse.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
But maybe, I mean, who knows how much was in there, though? It could have been crazy enough to kill her. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know what she would have thought.
Well, it didn't hit me till the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wondered that. But then, yeah, she doesn't try and kill Trisha right away.
Right.
She just tries to get her back by putting the dead mouse in Trisha's smoothie. Which leads to Trisha, like, dry heaving as she pours it in the sink, but then, man, like, almost evilly turning on the garbage disposal, and you see the little mouse's body, like, twisting.
Yeah,
Just
that was
like,
gross.
like, I'm surprised they didn't have little blood and mouse guts, like, shooting up.
I know, you would have thought with this one. This is a lot bloodier than the first one.
So then they take, oh, wait. Yeah, oh, yeah. This is all after after they know. After the twist. We didn't even talk about the detective,
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, right.
which was a very good kill.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Well,
But yeah, that's the big twist. I mean, that's the big moment of the movie where people who are not as smart as Andrew
Stop.
are like, what?
Well, I was not. I mean, I had the twist down, but I was not expecting her to just walk in and start blasting the detective. I was like, whoa, okay. We're in it now. So, but then I did have that moment of like, yes, got it.
Yeah.
But I
cool.
love that scene though, where she sits her down and just says, and it just cuts and, from killing the detective, and she goes, so you're 30 years old. Like, she has the whole story now. Trisha does. And I was like, that's great. I love that. I thought that was a cool moment where they just get everything out and say, here's what's wrong with me, here's what's wrong with you. Let's make this work.
Yeah, but at the same time, Trisha's like telling her, like, you're 30 and you're going around blah, blah, blah. That is
Right.
messed up.
Right.
And I'm like, you pushed your dead daughter down a well to
dude.
save your son. Yeah. I think that's part of the point, though.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yep.
Kettle, meat pot.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But then you have the cat and mouse game, partly literally with the mouse.
Right.
I love the scene in the blacklight room with Esther and Alan.
Oh, yeah.
And when Trisha comes in after Alan leaves, and she's like, "Oh, what do you think he's gonna say?" And just goes off on her, and she does it in such a mean manner.
Oh, God, yeah.
But that's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like before she came in, like how does it's almost like guys whistling at a girl from their
Right.
car. It's like, do you really think something's gonna come of that?
Right, exactly.
And it's the same thing. Esther trying to kind of almost seduce these men while dressed as a 9-year-old little girl. Do you really think these men are going to be like, oh, you're 30? Let's go.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No.
They're going to be like, you are horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. But then
yeah,
I love,
like,
too, the last line she says is she's like, after she's
Yeah.
like, no one's going to love you or whatever, but he's not going to like you. And then she goes, I'm going to go up and, like, F my husband now.
Yeah.
My husband or something like that. And then walks away, and I was just like, oh, burn, man.
Oh, yeah. And she goes, things are better now. Thank you for that.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
something
right.
like that.
Yes. Oh.
So
Brilliant.
then the next day, they're taking Alan to the train station,
Mm-hmm.
and I also love the scene where Esther is coming up behind them to push them into the oncoming train, and the guy just happens to, like, stop her. Like,
Yes.
whoa, where are you going, little girl?
Yep.
And she's like, were you really think you going to kill me?
Right.
And, yeah. But then Esther takes the car. She runs out, and she pepper sprays Gunner. And she takes the car,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the scene with the cop, which was great.
That was fun. Well, I love when she's in the car, too, and she
Yeah.
puts makeup on or lipstick on and smokes a cigarette and puts
And
glasses
listens
on.
to the song Maniac.
Yes, dude. I was totally on board. I was like, this is awesome, man. This is great.
And I'm like, yeah, she is a maniac.
Yep. Yep.
Clever.
Yep, that works.
But yeah, like it was, and then she like fluffs up her hair when the cop comes through the door,
Yeah.
like she's gonna like trick the cop, and she's like, "Oh, you must be Esther."
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I
but
know,
then-
that's perfect.
Then comes the climax of the movie. We get back to the house,
Mm-hmm.
and this is when it gets dark because, man, like, I don't know. Okay, so this is dark to me. Trisha and Gunnar come home. Gunnar is crying about his eyes.
Right,
He needs to
right.
go to a hospital. Oh,
Yeah, oh, poor Gunner.
poor Gunnar. But Trisha's like, I've had enough of this. We're going to do this right now.
Right.
So they go upstairs, and they grab Esther, and she's going to slit Esther's wrists
Yeah,
to make it look
dude.
like that kind of a suicide.
That was bad.
I'm like, wow, of all the ways you can like make her look like she's going to kill herself, that's what you come up with?
Yeah, dark, dude.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't happen.
Right, right.
Esther gets away, and then Gunnar, she falls down the stairs, and And then we have the scene in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Just cutting to that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you remind me of the scene in the kitchen
Well,
because I didn't write this down.
I know. All I put, because it was right after she kills Gunner, which I thought was fun.
Oh, that was okay. She kills Gunner before. That's right.
Yeah, with the
With the
crossbow, which was a
And
lot
then
of fun.
stabbing like crazy.
Yeah, dude, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she just went crazy on him.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fun because Gunner's not a nice. He's a jerk, so you're kind of like, oh, nice, but also then you go,
Yeah.
oh, what's wrong with me? But there was that. It was a good moment. But and then in the kitchen they just fight. Yeah, and eventually Trisha throws Esther like over the island, the kitchen island, and then goes over to look, and she's gone.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of cat and mouse. And I think during their scuffle,
scuffle.
their scuffle, their what do you call it? Stove turns on, or
Yes, and that's when the house starts to catch on fire.
Yeah.
But then they end up upstairs. Esther goes to her room.
Mm-hmm.
She's hiding behind the dollhouse, and the mom, Trisha, comes in, and then Esther runs out onto the roof, and that's when Alan comes home as Esther and Trisha are on the roof, and he goes up thinking that, what's happening here? They're running from the fire. But then there's a moment where you're like, oh, is he going to have to pick between the two of them?
That's what I thought. I was like, this is a real Sophie's choice for him. So
It was kind of, though.
Yeah.
But he was going to pick, he was going to try and save Trisha.
Mm-hmm.
But Esther puts her hand in front, and that's when Trisha falls.
Oof.
And oof.
Oh, that one hurt, man.
Yeah, it did.
That's
Yeah,
one
it
of the ones I can say from all of our reviews. That one made me go, ooh, like that. That was painful. That one
Definitely
hurt.
made my butt tingle.
Yeah, that's right. You had a famous Scotty butt tingle.
Yeah. It happens in some of these movies. I should start announcing the butt tingle moments in movies.
Please. Oh, man. Please
And
do.
everybody out there, just in case, Andrew and I talked about this once. Sometimes when something looks really painful on screen, my butt tingles. And I'm just like, ooh, that looks bad. Ooh, painful. Butt tingle.
That's a butt tingle.
Scotty butt tingle. So, yeah, then this is kind of a weird part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why was Alan squeezing her chin to make her dentures come out?
It was weird, man. I thought
wasn't
so too.
really, I wasn't following that.
Right. How do you, just put his hand on her to go, hey, you okay, or something, and we saw the teeth move or something? That would have made more sense. But, yeah, he's really aggressive with her chin. It was weird.
Which I like the fact that her dentures came out.
Yes.
And that
Yep.
revealed who she was, kind of. And then it makes her reveal who she is.
Right.
Because she's also, like, Trisha just died, so now she's got everything she wants.
Right. Yep.
Gunnar and Trisha are gone. It's her and Alan alone. But then Alan reacts, as you'd think he would,
Right.
with disgust. And then she pushes him because, he calls her a monster. She kind of pushes him.
Right. But she almost, reaches out like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because,
Like,
it's...
Alan!
Right, yeah. It's almost like she's fighting some demons up there of, I love him, but I hate him. And this is kind of the reaction to it. So.
Yeah, like her anger got the best of her, as it does, because she's Esther.
Right.
But then you have the really implausible but amazing scene where Glory of Love is playing. The old Glory of Love, not Peter Cetera's from Karate Kid 2, but the older one.
Yes.
I think maybe by Louis Armstrong. I'm not sure. But
I'm not sure who, but yeah.
it's playing as she walks casually through the burning house, which was an amazing scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to the movie, even though it was implausible as hell.
Totally, but it was
Nobody
fun
could
to
walk
watch.
through a burning house like that. But yeah, and then there you have it.
And yeah. She's going to get adopted.
The only other note I have is the music score.
Oh, yeah.
And it's last because I didn't really notice the music until the end credits. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Right. I think I did the same, to be honest. Yeah, throughout the whole thing, I really didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, it was just there.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
The composer's name is Brent Detar, or Detar, or Detar. Detar.
Right on.
Hopefully one of those is the correct pronunciation. Brett, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brent Detar.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote that it was a pretty good score. Like, it was fine throughout the movie. It was whatever. But during the end credits, I did really like it.
So this might be one that you'd get, and listen just outside of the movie and enjoy.
Yeah, especially the end credits. I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely put that in a playlist with other pieces of score that I like.
Nice.
So,
beautiful.
yeah. He also did The Devil Inside.
Oh, right on. Okay.
And that's that's the movie.
That's my notes too, man. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up.
Please.
I sort of skipped it at the beginning, and I didn't mean to when I was talking about poor Anna's death. But there's a moment after she kills Anna and her hands are bloody, and she goes and plays the piano with bloody hands.
Yes.
I loved that scene, dude.
I didn't write it down, but I noticed that today as well, and
Yeah.
I meant to write it down, and I didn't write it down.
Nice. All right. Well,
But I did love how she was leaving blood stains on the piano keys.
Yes, it was so dark and creepy and beautiful, kind of as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's a great scene. Loved it. But
It was
that's
horrifically beautiful.
there. You go.
Mm.
Perfect.
That's how I describe you at night.
Hey, come on,
3 questions. Let's go.
go.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1: what do you think was the best kill/death in this
Oof.
movie?
Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
this is a tough one, my friend,
Yeah, dude.
because it's really close between 2. Gunner's death
Yeah.
was amazing.
Mm.
Just how, just Esther pulling out the crossbow and then stabbing him like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna pick that one.
Nice. All right.
I've got a runner-up, but I want to hear what yours
It
is.
might be mine. Maybe mine was Trisha's.
Yes.
Okay,
That was
yeah.
my runner-up.
Nice.
because- Yeah.
It just was brutal. Her
We
head
didn't really
popping.
describe it before. Yeah. Describe what happens.
Well, when she falls off the roof, her head. I mean, as she's falling and hits the concrete, her head hits like the curb of the concrete, and just. I mean, you feel it. Her head just kind
Yeah.
of explodes, and it's horrifying. It
That's
really
the butt
does.
tingle moment right there.
Yes. Oh, God. Yeah, for sure that was mine. Oofda. All right. Well, question number 2: was this movie scary?
I would say no, definitely not. There's some tense moments in the beginning, but especially because of the nature of the twist of this, it becomes more of a cat and mouse game than a suspenseful thriller.
Yes.
So I don't think this movie's really that scary at all.
You took the words out of my mouth, man. That's exactly
Beautiful.
what I thought.
I love taking the words out of your mouth.
You always do it. Because you're just so good.
You're so good.
Stop it.
No, you stop.
You stop. This guy.
This guy right here.
Ugh. Well, question number 3, my friend. I think I
Yes.
might know, but did you have fun with horror?
Yes, I did. I had so much fun with horror. Andrew?
Nice. I did too.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't even give me the chance to ask it, but that's beautiful. Beautiful. Horrifically beautiful. All right. Orphan first kill.
Orphan first kill.
Go downstairs and finish it. What? Go downstairs and finish it.
Hello. and
Hi.
welcome to another episode. Oh, wait.
No,
This
no.
is the outro,
Yeah, not the intro.
not the intro.
Yeah.
We just talked about Orphan first kill.
That's right.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means it's time for you to pick our next movie, buddy.
It is. Well, I think you know. During
Yes, because we've been fighting about it for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, during our quote-unquote commercial break. Here's the thing. Okay, well, all right, here's the movie. And then we'll talk. But the movie I'm picking for next week is Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Nope. Okay, now
Well,
this
yeah,
is...
let's get into what we were arguing, discussing about.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I hate. I hate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start. Let's just start. Nope is only available. It
Right.
just hit VOD, which means video on demand. It just hit like Apple, Amazon, all those, but it's only available for early release rental, which means that it's $20 to rent the movie.
Right. And here's my issue with it: is Scotty's renting it, which I genuinely appreciate, but it's $20 when in like a month you can buy it for $20. And like
And my issue is that I'm saying I'm renting it, so I don't care.
Right.
I've seen this movie.
Right.
As I've told you, it's my second favorite movie of this year that I've seen.
Nice.
So I don't mind renting it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy it the moment it hits like purchase. It's purchasable.
Right.
But I'm okay to rent it because the other option is that we have to, like, I would love to talk about this now.
Right. Right.
Rather than wait until sometime past your hiatus.
Right. I get it.
Because even if it comes out for purchase like midway through September, you're enjoying Lorenzo the baby.
Yes.
and you know, I'm sitting there looking at Nope, just sitting there in my iTunes.
Fair enough. I get
waiting
it.
to watch it.
I
So,
get it. It just, you know me. It's
I know
so
you.
hard to justify it. But honestly, I've been looking forward to this movie for a really long time.
Okay, don't build it up too much or you might hate it.
Okay. Well,
But
yeah,
you know how
yeah.
it goes.
It's true. But yeah, I'm just excited because I agree. I think this is going to be a fun one to, well, maybe. But I feel like it's going to be a fun one to talk with you about. And so.
I think it'll be a very good conversation. And that's why
Nice.
it's one of the few movies
Mm-hmm.
that I said, Andrew, when this hits video,
Mhm.
please pick it.
Nice. Yeah.
Because I can't pick it because I've already seen it.
Right.
Because I think this is going to be a very cool discussion.
All right. I am excited. I think no matter what, we will have a fun time. Obviously, talking
I do
about
too.
it. So yeah, like you said,
There you
everyone
go.
listening.
This is the kind of argument that Andrew and I have.
This is yeah.
I don't want you to spend money on us. I'm okay spending money on us.
But I
Damn
don't
it.
want you to.
I feel bad.
I know that's true, man. That is our argument. So that's kind of the worst we get.
Or please finish this TV show. I don't want to. That's the worst of our arguments.
Yep, that's about right. So I love our friendship, man, and I
I do too.
I just
That's why we
appreciate
do
you.
this podcast.
It's true. It's true. I love you and I
Can't wait to
appreciate
see-
you.
Can't wait to see where we go from here.
Right?
The Fun with Horror podcast.
The Fun with Horror weekly reality extravaganza.
Yes. Extravaganza. Andrew and I have to pick a movie and then we discuss it the following day.
Ooh, while balancing on a tightrope.
Yes, with Lorenzo
Oh no.
and Ziggy.
This summer.
So yeah, everybody, if you could donate so that Andrew and I could quit our jobs,
Yeah.
move into the same city,
Hmm?
videotape everything,
Yes.
and walk on tightropes with Lorenzo and Ziggy.
Yeah, I think we got a show, man. We got a show.
We do have a show.
We just need your help. We need Sarah McLachlan here, playing a
Yes.
song.
Phone lines are open.
Yes. So silly. All right. On that note.
All right, yeah, we've talked enough here.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. We will. We love everyone out there. Thank you. Remember, Nope is available for purchase, not rental, or excuse me, for rental right now, not purchase.
Which we just argued about in detail.
Yes. So, but yeah.
So yeah, but you can rent it from Redbox, Microsoft, Amazon, iTunes, DirecTV, whatever this purple one is that I can't read because it's so small. But yeah, you can rent it from all the places.
Yeah, and then join us next week, next Tuesday, where we discuss it.
Nope.
Sylvester hasn't been through enough already. Abducted, and now an orphan? With no family to take her in? What will happen now?
I've reached out to a reputable adoption agency. I'm confident we'll find a home where Esther can get the support and love she deserves. After all, who wouldn't want to adopt her?